What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this being the review on JoJo Speaks for 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. This is season 8 and episode 4. I got my boy Dustin back with me. Dustin, how you doing today? Hey, Dustin, are you there? Okay, Dustin, I can't hear you. If you are saying something, could you try
Yeah,
saying it again?
I can hear you. Sorry about that. I was on mute for a second. I had to take care of something. But
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna get through
oh,
it tonight. I apologize. I'm having a rough day today.
it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
my
it,
internet
it's
issues having a rough. Yeah,
it's okay. It's
my
completely
internet
fine.
issues having a rough time.
It's all right. We're going to get through it, buddy. We will get through it. A couple things I want y'all to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel.
Yes.
Press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. Takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it. Also, be sure to leave this video a thumbs up. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the various couples we're discussing on tonight's review. Be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. We got Auntie Robin in the building. Auntie Robin says he is doing the news. Oh, do I sound like I'm doing the news? I've kind of gotten that compliment before, but yeah, just let me know what you mean by that in the comments, Auntie Robin. Because let's see. And then she also says, hi, Dustin and Joe Nathan. Hello, Auntie Robin. So glad that
Hi,
you were
Aunt
here
Robin.
with us, my love. What were you saying, Dustin?
Yeah, I said hi, Aunt Robin.
Yes, yes. Hi, Auntie Robin. Let's
Yeah.
get into it. So, we were introduced to a new participant on this episode. His name is Jovan. He is from Alabama and he is 38 years old. He works at a nursing home and he is
Mm-hmm.
married to Anna Lynn. Anna Lynn is 38 years old as well. She's from the Philippines. They've been in a relationship, I think they said a little bit over 5 years, and have been married over 2 years. They got married over the internet. Apparently, it was Anna Lynn's idea for them to get married over the internet. Jovan was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit apprehensive about that. And
I can
Jovan,
see
he
why.
works. Yeah,
I
exactly.
can see why.
Exactly. And so first of all, I do have to say, I think Jovan is a very handsome young man. I do like his personality. However, it seems as though Anna Lynn is wearing the pants in the relationship. It seems like she is a little bit controlling. We saw Jovan's sister Ashley in this episode while he
Yeah.
was preparing to go over to the Philippines. And, she said that Anna Lynn had called her about some girl that Jovan had been talking to. And, Jovan then, reveals to us as the viewers that there was a woman that he's been in contact with that he has had feelings for in the past. They never dated. It seems as though they've never done anything sexually. I'm not sure what's going on with that situation, but Anna Lynn is not very happy about that situation. So Anna Lynn seems to be a
I wouldn't be
little bit
either.
much, like a little bit much. Auntie Robin says down in the comments, damn, I was assuming so. Since he was in the nightly lose picture up. Let me see here. What else Auntie Robin says? One last
Yeah.
comment from Auntie Robin, and then we'll move on.
Yes.
And then Auntie Robin also says down there in the comments, um, the Jovan relationship is way weird, and his wife seems mean. I agree with that wholeheartedly, Auntie Robin. Jovan seems like such a nice guy. I mean, it takes someone with heart to work in a nursing home to care for those who are of older age and to be very caring and things of that nature. And Anna Lynn does not seem to be the same type. I'm not exactly sure what attracted Jovan to Anna Lynn. I don't know why he was interested in being in a relationship with her. I don't know if he was completely on board with marrying her, even though he did agree to marry her. It seems as though he might have been pushed to make that decision. It seems like it. sort of might have been forced on him. And Anna Lynn does not seem to be a nice person, at least to me. I mean, he FaceTimed her at the end of their segment on the episode, and her first reaction to his FaceTime is, "What do you want now?" Now, I understand that she might have been upset about the whole thing about the other woman or whatever the case might have been, but
Mm-hmm.
and I know that she knew that she was being filmed. Like, I know that she knew that she was on camera. So I know, like, thus far, there's no one on this season that I have not liked. It is official. I do not like Anna Lynn. Dustin, what are
I
your
don't.
thoughts on Jovan and Anna Lynn's relationship so far?
I don't think it's gonna work out. I feel like it ain't gonna work out, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because I think she don't like being on camera. I kind of get that feeling that doesn't like being on camera. Yeah, I know she's filming the show, and I know they're on both on the show, and sometimes I get a feeling, and I usually go the way I feel. Because sometimes I don't feel like these couples know what they're signing up for until they get started with it. And honestly, Dungeon, even though I recap these shows and I watch these shows, I physically won't want to be on one of the shows either. So that's just my opinion on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to find the words to describe Anna Lynn for those who may not be watching. She just like Auntie Robin said, she seems sort of mean. She seems like she really doesn't care about people's feelings. She definitely doesn't seem to care about Jovan's feelings. And Jovan said after they got married, Anna Lynn got a little mean to him. You know, she stopped seeming to care about him. She stopped, checking up on him, things of that nature. And um me personally, especially when I see a man who seems to be kind-hearted, I don't like to see those men not being treated well. And it doesn't seem like Anna Lynn is going to treat Jovan well. So at this
Mm-hmm.
point, Anna Lynn is my least favorite participant on 90 Day
Mm,
Fiance. Once
mine
again,
as well. Mine as well.
I don't like her. I
Yeah.
I could hope that she gets better, but but I have a feeling that she's not going to get better, and I'm not going to put that expectation on her. So it
Mm,
is what it is. I do like Jovan though, and I know that I'm going to be feeling so sorry for him throughout this entire season. And something tells me that things are going to get worse by the time he gets over to the Philippines to meet her for the first time. And it looks like from the preview of the next episode, he's going to be in the Philippines on the next episode. So we'll see where
yeah.
it goes from there. But anyways, let's move on to Lisa and Daniel. So Lisa was on the majority of this episode without her wig, and now think I see why Lisa likes to wear wigs. So of course, Lisa is 52 years old. Again, she's from Pennsylvania, and Daniel, he's from Lagos, Nigeria. And Lisa doesn't have her wig on, and Lisa looks more of her age without the wig, as opposed to her being having the wig on. And she's getting ready to go over to Nigeria. Her daughter is helping her with her bags, putting her bag in the car, and of course, her daughter is still feeling a little bit apprehensive about her mother taking this trip over to Africa. And she doesn't have the best of expectations as far as her mom Lisa is concerned. And you know, Lisa's daughter said, "Do not go over to Nigeria and get married. Do not get married." And Lisa is promising her daughter to her face, "No, I'm not going to get married." And then a producer asked her a little bit later on in the episode, "Are you considering the possibility of getting married?" And Lisa said, "Yes, she is considering that possibility." She said, "If the mood is
Mm.
right, if there's the right situation, she will marry Daniel." And she's
Red
still
flag to me.
actually not
Mm.
divorced from her previous spouse, who was a woman. She's been married twice to men and three times to women, if I'm not mistaken, or it might be the other way around: three times to men, twice to women. I'm not exactly sure, but she's been
Right.
married five times in the past. And Daniel only knows about two occasions of her being married, which I don't know how he's going to take that. And I think that he is going to more than likely break up with her unless his whole intent on being with Lisa is to get to America. He might be able to look past her five marriages and the fact that she is same-sex attracted, which in the previous episode we saw that he was disgusted when she revealed to him that she had a fling with a woman, not admitting that she's been married to at least two women in the past and full on relationships with two or three women in the past. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to go down. I'm really excited to
Mm.
see if that happens. But before Lisa gets there, Daniel speaks to a spiritual advisor of sorts, who has different methods of speaking to the ancestors and to the gods, concerning people's requests and questions and things of that nature. And he asks the spiritual advisor, "Is the woman that's coming to Nigeria right for me?" And the response that he gets from the spiritual advisor is, "Move forward with this journey." Now, that's not necessarily specific in any way. And I wasn't expecting anything specific out of this, spiritual advisor myself. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm doubting his powers, I guess you could say, but I really wasn't having much expectation out of that question. But uh, Dustin, how do you think that Daniel is going to react a little bit later on in the season when he finds out that Lisa's had five marriages, not two, and the fact that she's actually been married to women? I'm not sure if she's actually going to reveal that to him, but how do you
I
think
don't.
Daniel's going to react to that?
I don't think it's gonna go well. I know it wouldn't go well with it if it was me. It wouldn't go well either. Especially if he was open and honest with me. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm open and honest with everything. So I want them to be open and honest with me. So, and I don't think it's gonna go as planned for her.
Do you think if Daniel proposes to Lisa, she is going to oblige and possibly get married by the end of the season to Daniel?
I think she will.
I think she would too. I think she would too. How do you think Lisa's daughter is going to feel any better as the season goes on concerning her relationship with Daniel? Do you think she's going to feel any better going forward? Have a little bit more confidence in her mother, Lisa? What are you thinking?
I don't think she's gonna have. I don't think she's gonna feel any better because I wouldn't feel any better not unless unless I laid eyes on somebody. Trying to just myself, I wouldn't lay. I have to have my own opinions about it. I have to meet the person myself before I feel any different. But that's just me. But I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna feel any better. Jonathan, she has to. It has to be on her time, not on the mother's time. Mm-mm.
Absolutely. And one other question concerning Lisa and Daniel.
So,
So, Lisa explained to us during the episode that she's going to be wearing her wig the entire time she's in Nigeria. She's going to sleep
yeah.
with it on. She's not going to take it off. I'm assuming she means she's not going to take it off in Daniel's presence, which I'm thinking she's thinking the same thing I said at the beginning of our segment concerning Daniel and Lisa, that she does
Uh,
look a little bit younger with the wig as opposed to her without the wig. So, do you think he's ever going to see her during this season without her wig on?
no, I don't. Mm.
Yeah, I'm thinking she's
I
probably
don't.
not going to
I don't
go
see it.
go
I don't
go
see it
ahead.
happening.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't see it happening
No,
either. And do you think she's wearing the wig because
I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't see it happening at all. Nope. Mm.
do you think she wears the wig because she feels as though it makes her look younger, or do you think she just misses her long hair as she explained to us in the previous episode?
I think it makes her look younger. Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think it makes her look younger as well. So, we'll see what happens as the season goes on.
Yeah.
Again, I really don't know how I feel about Lisa. Or, well, I do know how I feel about Lisa and Daniel. Um, I don't expect for the relationship to last necessarily. I don't have high expectations for the relationship. Daniel seems to be a nice person. Although he did explain that the people in his culture do not accept those of us in the LGBTQIA plus community, which I understand. That's culture. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people are brought up. So there's really not
Uh,
much we can do about that. We can try to educate those people who've been brought up to feel a certain way about people in the LGBTQIA plus community. But I don't hold any grudges towards him for that specific belief.
I
And
don't
a lot
either.
of times, those people who are brought up in that type of culture do not know the presence of those in the LGBTQIA plus community in their presence. So
They also don't.
it
They also don't know. They also don't know the reason why. There's always a reason. And people don't want to. And people don't want to listen. People don't want to listen. You know. People have to listen and understand it. But people don't want to understand it sometimes.
Right, exactly. Auntie Robin says Lisa said that he has seen her without her wig. Okay, so I guess I don't remember her saying that. So thank you so much for that tidbit, Auntie Robin. But if that is the case, Auntie Robin, I would want to know why she does not want to be without her wig while she's in Nigeria. Maybe it's because of all the other people that will be there around them in their presence. I don't know. And we don't know if him seeing her without the wig was maybe an older picture of her when she had longer hair before she cut her hair. That's a little bit confusing to me. But once again, just like Lisa's daughter, I don't have much confidence in Lisa
I
and
don't
Lisa's
know
relationship with Daniel.
that.
I'm honestly not expecting it to go well. Um, I have a feeling Lisa really just saw 90 Day Fiance and said, I think I want to be on that show. And I think she just wanted to, I honestly think that Lisa just wanted to be on TV because the fact that she's saying she loves Daniel and she wants to be with him, like it's not convincing me
Right,
personally as a
right.
viewer.
I think
Um,
she's doing it for the money, to be honest.
yeah, I really can't say yes or no whether she's doing it for the money or not. I do feel as though she wanted to be on TV. I do think that.
That's
But
just my opinion.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, and you're entitled to your opinion as well, Dustin. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, but we'll see as things go on. I do
Mm-hmm.
think, however, on the other end, I will enjoy Lisa and Daniel's segments on the show. I hope she doesn't try to like parent Daniel because Daniel, I think, is in his late 30s. So he is definitely a grown man. So I hope she doesn't try to be like a mother figure to him. I hope she tries to be, his partner as opposed to being a parent figure. But anyways, we'll see what happens with them as the season goes on. Let's move on to Laura and BeerCon. So again,
Mm-hmm.
BeerCon is in Turkey. Laura is on her way over to Turkey to meet BeerCon for the first time. BeerCon is ironing his shirt and the Airbnb that Laura ended up getting for both of them. And I
Right.
wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this couple until they actually met. Because when they actually met, of course, they kissed, they hugged, they were, quite affectionate towards one another, things of that nature. So it
Mm-hmm.
was really cute, to see them, being happy to see each other.
Yeah.
However, they then get on a train to get to their next destination. And it is extremely awkward. Laura is, constantly looking at Beer is constantly looking off to the side, not giving Laura any eye contact. Beer doesn't necessarily seem to be that happy about Laura's. I don't know if it's Laura's appearance. I don't know if it's Laura's weight. I don't know why BeerCon is having this reaction to Laura after
Well,
meeting her.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard this or not, Jonathan, but the point that she made before they met, she has an issue with his. She has an or he has an issue with her size and her yeah. So mm, she he has an issue with that. I don't know if you
Right.
heard that point or not, but
Yeah,
I did.
Auntie Robin says down in the comments, but what was going through his mind on that train? That's what I wanted to know, Auntie Robin. What was going through his mind on that train? Because he looked like he was scared to death. Like he looked like he was possibly regretting meeting Laura, maybe possibly even regretting being on this TV show with Laura. Auntie Robin also says Beer Con did not seem amused, not at all, Auntie Robin.
Uh,
And just as Laura said, it was extremely awkward to see that. And I honestly felt bad for Laura because I do feel as though Laura has genuine intentions to be with BeerCon in a meaningful, healthy relationship. Like Laura really wants this. I don't think Laura is just here for the cameras. I think Laura is truly here for love. Now, Laura didn't look like in the pictures that they showed us of Laura. Laura didn't look any different than she does in person. Um, and I don't know if BeerCon was thinking that she would look maybe possibly better when she gets there. And that's not to say that Laura's an unattractive woman. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying this based off of BeerCon's reaction to her after they met. It doesn't seem like he's attracted to her per se. It doesn't seem like he's interested in her. I don't know if that's going to change as the season goes on, because we've seen previews of what goes on throughout the season, and we see that Michael does eventually make it over to Turkey. And Michael does text Laura a little bit during this episode, saying that she doesn't seem as happy as he was expecting her to be as far as her reaction to meeting Birkan. Once they get to the Airbnb, Laura says she's a little bit tired. She's going to go to bed. And Birkan says, okay, well, I'll just watch TV out here in the living room and I'll just come to bed a little bit later. And when Laura walked off to the bed, even though they were, showing the shot from behind, showing her walk away from behind, it looked so sad. Laura seems to be extremely disappointed. And when you're meeting someone that you've been talking to a little bit, you're expecting a certain type of reaction from them when you meet them, especially if your talk has been, very heated, very, I can't wait to see you, I can't wait to hold you, I can't wait to kiss you, I can't wait to do this, and that with you. And when you get to the actual meeting itself, it's nothing like that. I can understand why Laura is, feeling a little bit disappointed and a little bit blindsided by Birkan's reaction to her. So, Dustin, what were your thoughts when you were seeing Laura and Birkan in this particular episode?
I didn't like it. I didn't like to see her seeing her like that. Because I want everybody to be happy, and I could tell she wasn't herself on this episode. And I just hope that everything gets better for this couple. To be honest, Jonathan, because I don't know what honestly what I don't know honestly what to think about this couple today. Because, like I said, I've had internet issues, so I got kind of cut in and out on this part. But I was trying to watch the best that I can. But I was hoping things get better for the couple. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I guess you must not have seen what happened. Yeah, Beer
Yeah,
Khan was like sort of kind of shut off. Like, yes, when they initially met, they were hugging, they were kissing a little bit. But once
yeah,
they got on the train, Beer Khan wasn't giving her any eye contact. He didn't seem to be interested in her. He did
yeah.
not seem like he wanted to be next to her. He did not seem like he wanted to be in her presence. Like he was real shut off. And once again, like, because, I won't can't say that I like Laura necessarily, but just because she seems to be genuinely here for love, I felt sorry for her in that moment. Auntie Robin
Well,
says down in the comments, didn't Laura seem like she was enamored by her friend from Holmes' attention and his feeling about her mood? Absolutely. And she actually said to the cameras after she read that text from Michael, she said, it's interesting that I'm getting more attention from my friend Michael than I am from BeerCon. And, once again, like, to be honest, it doesn't seem like BeerCon is interested in being in a relationship with Laura. I hope when Michael arrives in Turkey, I hope he says to Michael, Michael, you can have her. I'm not interested in her whatsoever, but I have a feeling that BeerCon is going to want to stay on the show, and therefore he's going to govern himself accordingly and
yeah,
act
she's
as though
gonna.
he wants to be with Laura, just string Laura along. Because like once again, like I can see chemistry. And when I see chemistry, I notice it just like that. And there was absolutely no chemistry whatsoever. Like a little bit of chemistry when they first met at the airport, they were hugging and kissing, but thereafter on the train and throughout the rest of the episode, there was none whatsoever. And we saw in the preview for the next episode that she contacted some plastic surgeons because she's lost a lot of weight. I believe over 100 pounds, and she has a little bit of excess skin. And
Congratulations.
they showed a picture of her excess skin, and the reaction from Beer Khan's face looked like he was not happy to see her body like that. So, I do feel bad for Laura in this moment. I really do feel bad
Yeah.
for Laura in this moment. But we'll see if things get better as time goes on. But anyways, let's move on to who has become my favorite couple on this season, which is Emma and Ziad. So Emma and
Mm-hmm.
Ziad, Emma and Ziad are having breakfast. It seems like Ziad has a chef or a cook or something like that. It seems like Ziad might have some money on him, honey. And I was like,
He
okay.
has
They have some.
he
They have
has a
some.
chef. He has a
Oh, okay,
chef.
yeah, yeah. It seems like he has a chef. And so, they have some orange juice in front of them. He's pouring the hot tea. They've got some eggs. which is the only thing that they're having for breakfast. And Emma's like, well, I don't like eggs. It looks pretty good, so I'll eat them for you. And Emma starts out with an apology, which
I didn't
shocked
like that.
the heck out
Yeah.
of me. Dustin, why don't you like that?
I didn't expect her to. I don't. I didn't expect her to have an apology that soon. So I didn't really expect it. But when it just really surprised me. But it just really surprised me. I didn't like. I'm glad she did it. But I didn't really expect it. So that's why I said that when it came out like that. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. But that's okay. I didn't mean to.
Okay. Auntie Robin
Yeah.
says down in the comments, I fell asleep
Yeah.
and missed the plastic surgery portion. Yeah, that was on the preview for the next episode, Auntie Robin. But we'll see it on the next episode when they actually show it. But yeah, she wants to get
Yeah.
surgery to get excess skin removed from her body.
Mm,
And the doctor had some pictures of Laura
yeah.
and her midsection, and it didn't look appealing to Birkin. It didn't look appealing to him at all. And Auntie Robin says, no, not a chef. Remember, she said that he's paying for the place. Yeah. It seems like he might have some money, y'all. But anyway, so
Yeah.
I was shocked that Emma
Mhm.
apologized to what is his name? To Ziad. I
Yeah.
was
The
really
yeah.
shocked that she did that because when I first saw Emma on this season, I thought that she was just going to be another Darcy or Stacy or Julia or Jasmine or another one of those females that really gets on my last good nerve.
Mhm.
But Emma's not like that. Now she's a little bit like that. I will say that though, when they were in the market a little bit later on in the episode and she wanted a kiss. And it's like, how many times do we have to go through this? Like, we're not kissing in public, Emma. We're not going to do that in public. We're not going to show affection in public. Yeah, we can hold hands, but that's about where it starts and ends with us as far as public affection is concerned. Like, I hope that this is not a trend throughout the entire season that she wants to continuously kiss Ziad in public when she should, it should be clear to her that it goes against their culture and their tradition in his
Yeah.
country. Auntie Robin says down in the comment, no, I didn't think he, I don't think he has money. I think the chef came with the room. Oh yeah. They're not staying at Ziad's place. They're actually staying at a Airbnb of some sort of hotel.
Mm,
Excuse me, but yes, Emma apologizes for her actions when she got there, and Ziad said, "And for what else?" And so it's clear to me that Ziad is somewhat in control of this relationship, which I don't want this to come out bad or anything, but I don't like it when women are controlling over men or men are controlling over women. But I love, first of
mm,
all, I did not notice Ziad's beautiful eyes until this
mm,
episode. And when he was looking at Emma, I just noticed how beautiful his eyes are. Oh my gosh. Like, typically I don't look twice at people with brown eyes, but Ziad's eyes are just so gorgeous. Not as beautiful as Sunny's eyes. Now, Sunny got the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my entire 36-year-old life. But
mhm.
Ziad has some beautiful eyes. But anyways, and so um
Mm,
she reveals to Ziad that she was fired from her job.
yeah.
I knew when they showed in the preview that she was going to reveal something to him that she wasn't going to tell him about her previous engagement
Yeah.
to another man from Morocco. But I'm glad that she revealed to him that she had lost her job, and he was there to comfort her, and I see
You're
true
cutting in and out. I can't
chemistry.
hear you very. I can't hear you very good.
Okay, I'm not sure how to fix that. Hold
I
on,
can't hear
really.
you on my side.
Okay, can you hear me now, Dustin?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's cutting in and out on my side.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I don't see any issues on my end, but just try to hang in there for me. We just got one more couple to go after Ziad and Emma. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. I do see the chemistry between Ziad and Emma. I
Mm-hmm.
love couples who are closer in age because their relationship is a little bit more plausible, more easier to believe. And so I love seeing Emma and Ziad together. I think they make a beautiful couple. Emma is a beautiful woman, and I'm getting a little bit more used to her face. That's she's that she's had a little bit of Botox, she's had a little bit of filler. She's had this, and that. But the longer I watch them, the more I'm able to be okay with her appearance. But
Right.
they go out into the market, and he eats snail. And Emma's like, I'm never eating that. I'm not eating that. And I think snail is a delicacy in Morocco. I'm not
Mhm.
exactly sure, so don't quote me on that. But
Mhm.
Emma asked him, "What is the craziest food you ever had?" And his response was sushi. And Emma's like, "I love sushi. Me personally, I've never had sushi before. For me, it doesn't look appealing or appetizing to me. Like I'm sorry, like sushi. I know a lot of people eat sushi, and shout out to y'all who do. It's just never been a thing for me. Maybe one day I'll try it. Who knows? But it's not something that I'm interested in eating. But anyway, so they then go on to a horse carriage ride, and Emma's like, "Oh, all this entire episode, Emma's saying, how romantic Ziad is being with her, and she seems to be very happy with her time with Ziad."
Yeah.
Um, Auntie Robin says, "Snails are a delicacy. Period. Escargot. Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for that confirmation, Auntie Robin. I had a feeling that
Mhm.
they were a delicacy in Morocco. And so Emma's going on and on about how romantic Ziad is being with her and things of that nature. She's really happy with the time that they're spending together. And Emma brings up the fact that, there are some things in her past that she wants to tell him. And Ziad is telling her that, he doesn't care about her past. And, we can leave that in the past. We're living in the now. We're living in the present. We don't have to worry about what happened before now. Emma's like, well, don't you want to know about, the things that I've been through and, the different situations that I've had with my life and things of that nature. And Ziad is like, I already know things about your past. And Emma's like, you don't know everything. And I'm not looking forward to Emma revealing to Ziad that she was previously engaged because
Mhm.
I don't think that Ziad is going to have the most positive response to that. I don't think he'll break up with her due to finding out that information, her telling him, because she has to tell him. I mean, she's been saying it since the first episode that she has to reveal this information to him. So she's
Yeah.
going to tell him, but
Mhm.
it's going to be interesting to see what his reaction is going to be to this news being brought to him. So, Dustin, what are your thoughts on Ziad and Emma? Are you loving them as much as I am?
Yes, I do. Probably one of my favorite couples on the show so far, and that's the honest truth. You know, I like the couple so far, but I hope for the best for them. But I think there's going to be some ups and downs with the couple, this couple this season. I know we're on the episode, only on episode 4 so far. We got a long list to go, but I think there's going to be a lot of ups and downs with a lot of these couples. But honestly, I hope for the best and pray. I hope and pray for the best. Hmm.
How do you think Ziad is going to react to Emma revealing to her that she was previously engaged to another Moroccan man and it overlapped her relationship with Ziad? I don't know if she's going to tell him that, but how do you think
I
he's going to
don't.
react?
I don't think he's going to handle it well. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't handle it well either, Jonathan. Um, I wouldn't handle it if you were somebody else and you were with me at the same time. That wouldn't be working out with me. And that's a red flag to me, and that's where it's going to stay. So, you know, you shouldn't be doing that with somebody else, especially when you're, and especially with your when you were talking with him anyway.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure if they weren't on the show that she would be holding this information from him. I feel as though she's holding it simply because she's on the show. So we'll see what happens with them later on in the season. But so far, they're my favorite couple on this season of Before the 90 Days. So let's move on to our last couple, which is Forrest and Sheena. So Forrest and Sheena are going to spend their first night together. Forrest shows Sheena the purple lingerie that he got for her. And when they show the picture of the couples and say their names and their ages and where they're from, I love the little dance that they did together. It was so cute. And
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Hold on just a
it's
minute
okay,
here.
Dustin. It's okay, Dustin. It's totally fine. Um, I love the little dance that Forrest and Sheena did during their intro, showing their names, their ages, and where they're from. they are a really cute couple to me. They're very endearing. Um, Auntie Robin says Forrest is my favorite. Yeah, Forrest is one of my favorites as well. Auntie Robin. I love his personality. I love that
Well,
he's
that goes with
just
the bad, better, but
authentically
the fair.
himself. I love that he doesn't try to hide his quirkiness. I love that he leans into it. I really do love that. And the more that we see Sheena and Forrest together, the more that I see that I feel as though that they were meant for one another. I do think that they are a genuinely loving couple towards one another. I don't think that Sheena is trying to use Forrest just to get to America. I don't think that Sheena is trying to scam Forrest at all. Auntie Robin says down in the comments, I hollered when he broke out the lingerie. It was the brown paper bag that took me out. Yeah, I don't know why he had it in a brown paper bag. Like maybe they couldn't take the actual bag from the store through the airport. Who knows why he took it out of a brown paper bag? But yeah, that was funny to me as well. But
Mm.
you know, Forrest was, you know, looking forward to having a little bit of relations with Sheena, but we then find out on the a little bit later in the episode that they actually did not go through with having sex on their first night together. And I think the main reason why is because they're in
Mm.
very close quarters because Forrest's mother and stepfather are staying in the exact same place that they are, and their rooms are side by side with just a wall separating them. So I don't blame them for not having sex in the same house as his mother and his stepfather. Auntie Robin says, I don't care for his mother. We'll get to that in a moment, Auntie Robin. All I could think about was Lucy Pearl's song, I Can't Stand, I Can't Stand Your Mother. Yeah, is Forrest's mother got on my last good nerve on this episode. So why don't we get straight to that point? So they all four of them go out to eat, and Forrest's mother is on a mission to find out why Sheena has been lying about giving her parents money. Sheena gives them an explanation that I deem to be acceptable. Me personally, you know, in her culture, you know, it's traditional for the children to take care of the parents after a certain amount of time, and you know, and for some reason Forrest's mother isn't believing this to be true. um and you know, Sheena is getting really emotional in this moment. She's crying a little bit profusely, on like a little bit on the profuse side. She's crying quite a bit at this table, and Forrest's mother seems to have no care for about that
Mm.
whatsoever. To be honest, Forrest's mother was quite mean to Sheena. It was cringy for me to watch because Forrest's mother doesn't trust Sheena. She sent
Like
Sheena
Forrest's
some
mother, she's very controlling in my opinion. She wants all the control.
absolutely. And here's the thing: I understand why Forrest's mother is so protective over Forrest, but Forrest is a grown man. Forrest is 32. Yes, he does have some disabilities. He has ADHD as well as autism. So I get that you may not trust his own decision making, his personal decision making. However, at a certain point, you've got to be able to trust that he can make smart decisions on his own. And I don't know why Forrest's mother did not see the reaction. Like, I know she saw the reaction that Sheena had when she first saw Forrest. And I'm sure she's seen them interacting once one another. You know, when they were tickling each other in the bed after the first night together, it was so cute and endearing. And it was so lovely to see. Like, they make a beautiful couple, at least in my mind, because you can see that they both genuinely do have love for one another. And are more than likely in love, if not on the way to being in love with one another. And Forrest's mother just wants to look past all of that. I don't know if Forrest's mother is being this harsh on Sheena because the cameras are in front of her and she wants to have a moment on reality TV. But I feel as though she was extremely mean towards Sheena, and I did not appreciate that. I love that Forrest did speak up for Sheena a little bit, saying that, you know, well, we've got to get in front of her parents. We've got to have a conversation with her parents. And we saw on the preview for the next episode that Forrest wants to meet Sheena's parents by himself initially. He doesn't want his mother to be there when they meet
Red
Sheena's
flag.
parents for the first time. And I
Red
agree with
flag.
that decision. Of course, Forrest's mother does not
I don't.
agree with that. So, Dustin, what are your thoughts on Forrest and Sheena, as well as Forrest's mother as well?
I don't like his mother at all. I don't like his mother. I think she's very controlling. It's just my opinion. She's very controlling, but I hope she, I hope, I hope they, I hope it get to, I hope it get to backbone from her because I don't think it's gonna work out because of the mother. Nope. Mm-mm.
Do you think that Sheena and Forrest are a real couple? Do you think that they have true love for one another? Do you see the chemistry between them?
I do believe they're a real couple, but I think the mother's gonna could affect it very heavily.
Absolutely. I agree with that point, Dustin. And I hope that because to be honest, if Forrest's mother meets Sheena's parents, I don't want to see that scene. Like me personally, because it doesn't seem like Sheena's mother appreciates and respects other people's cultures, cultures that are not like her own, cultures that are different from hers. I don't think Forrest's mother is going to care about anything that Sheena's parents say. I'm thinking that she's going to be extremely rude to them, like she was rude to Sheena during this dinner scene. And once again, like I get why Forrest's mother is so protective. She has every reason to be protective, but Forrest is 32 years old. He's got to be able to make decisions for himself. And Forrest's mother, she hasn't cut the umbilical cord yet. And it's time for her to cut that umbilical cord. So we'll see what happens as the season goes on. But once again, as I've said in the previous three reviews, this is my favorite season of 90 Day Fiance so far. And I only expect it to get better as we go on. So before we get out of here, Dustin, why don't you share with the people your social media contacts real quick?
My social media contacts are Dustin Butler 700. My Facebook is Dustin Butler. Thank you for always being here. My whole entire team. Thank you, Jonathan. Everybody else as well. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Dustin. You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is WilliamJonathanLee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $Jonathan Lee 07. That's $JONATHANLEE 07. I will be going live on this Thursday for my Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. That's happening on January 1st, New Year's Day. So please be sure to join myself as well as Prophetic Fire Reiki and Bianca for our Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. There are quite a few topics that we're going to be discussing this week. I already know one of them for sure, and that's Tyler Perry's new sexual assault lawsuit that was brought up against him by a model from California. So we'll definitely be talking about that this Thursday at 8 p.m. sharp. So be sure to join us this Thursday.
I'll be
And
there.
also, there was no Married to Medicine or Housewives of Potomac this week, so there won't be any reviews this week. But be sure to join us next Monday for our review for 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 8, Episode 5. Thank you all so much for joining us for this review. I love you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one, you guys. You guys stay safe out there. Once again, love you guys for watching. Peace out, you guys. Have a good